I'm joined by Seraph, following a 2-1 victory over Echo Fox. How are you feeling about your play after that series?
If I point myself, I think it's like 50, 60, like as 100.
Oh, that's
something like 50 or 60%. I made a couple individual mistake, but as a team play, I think I played well.
So when you're doing the team stuff right and you're making the individual mistakes, is there anything that you can do like in game to just kind of like right your mindset or right like what you're doing wrong, or is it harder since it's like all internal and not just like playing with the team better?
So back in the day, I really didn't know about like team play, how to play that as a team. So I tried to focus, heavy focus as a team play. So sometimes I forget like a really basic thing, so I think that's what I have the problem recently. So I try to fix it, and then yeah, if I fix that, then I think I'm really consistent.
EnVyUS as a team is looking stronger than they ever have in the LCS. You guys look really good. What do you think's different about this EnVyUS squad than the previous EnVyUS squads that you've been on?
You mean just spring split, or is it since?
It's just since you've been playing on the team with whether it be spring split or the year before. What do you think? What's going so well now that maybe wasn't going as well before?
So back in the day, last summer split, when EnVyUS just created first time. So that time there's no shotcaller, and we didn't really have a good strategy. But that time I watched so much vote, so I'm pretty confident as a shot call. So first time I made a shot call and my team just following. That's all. And spring split, since Lira joined the team, then we actually tried to helping Lira, and also he has a really good a game knowledge. So he teaches us and we learn from him. So we're pretty good, but we had an individual mistake, and the macro thing is we can't do it in 1 second. It takes a lot of time for practicing. So spring split, we had a really bad result. Now I think even though we changed the mid laner, but me and Batio and Jungler we stick together now it's almost 7 months. So I think we're just doing well.
Yeah, like you said, it takes time to build team synergy. You as a player individually, in the past, have been known for a lot of really interesting pocket picks, the cast and top, that kind of stuff. This split, you've been playing mostly just the meta picks. Is that something that you've decided to do yourself and you think it's the better approach to the game? Or is it more of your team style is better for you to just play the more meta top laners?
I can play pocket pick anytime, honestly, right now. But I think just right now, the meta champion is just best for right now. Even though I play pocket pick, it's not super good. Just randomly in the laning or team fight. So there is no reason to play pocket pick.
Is it just your specific pocket picks not being good for this meta, or are you saying this meta in general is it's harder to use pocket picks in the top lane?
Yeah, I think the second one.
It's just harder to use pocket picks in the top lane? What do you think? Is that just because the current top lane champions are so strong, or do they do a certain thing well that punishes some of the other off-meta champions? What do you think specifically is causing that in terms of the gameplay?
For example, I really like Lissandra top, but he's just losing versus almost every tank champion because they're just stacking MR and I can't kill him, and they're just scaling. So I can't really play like this. And even though I play just losing the lane, then the champion's useless. So that's why I don't play like this.
Your bot lane of Apollo and Haku have looked fantastic this split. They're both putting up career numbers that they have not touched before. Despite always being a consistent bot lane, they look on a new level. Do you think that they actually are playing better than they ever have, or do you think that because you guys took more time to come together as a team, now they're showing who they truly are as players?
I think it's both. Okay. Since I know about the Apollo, this player always trying hard, 24/7, and he has best mentality ever in my life.
Any player?
Yeah, any player.
Wow.
As a person, he's just amazing, and as a player, he's a really good mindset. So I'm not saying he has best mechanic before, but we had a 2 boost camp in Korea, at January and April. So that time like including me, like everyone just playing spamming just Korean solo queue, and since that time I think we improved as a individually, and we had a good game knowledge from the data. So I think Apollo and Haku being really consistent.
As an import from Korea yourself, you've been here for quite some time now, and you're having a good split. Your team is doing well. What advice would you give another Korean player who's looking to come and play in North America in terms of things that they can watch out for that maybe would have helped you when you first came over on CLG?
Communication is also a super important thing, because obviously there is a huge language barrier between Korean players and just any resident. But I mean, communication is super important too, but you have to worry about your individual skill too, because I don't see any players playing better when you come to NA from Korea. They losing skills when they stay here. I think the best main issue is here's the environment, and here's I think the most hardest thing is you can't really practice in solo queue, and it doesn't just generally you can't really train yourself, so you have to keep working hard yourself. I think that's more important.
There was a quote a few weeks back by Coach Song, the coach for Immortals, saying that Korean coaches, if a bunch of Korean coaches came to the NALCS, it would improve the play and the infrastructure by a lot. If you agree with this statement, what do you think that Korean coaches do so well that would help these North American teams?
I'm not saying NA coaches are so bad,
right?
But I think Korean coaches are they usually have unique skills. I guess they can usually make a team as a real team, as a 5-man. But since I come NA, every coach who I met before, they even though they have good game knowledge, but they don't really care about being as 5-man. So they can't really control the players. I think that part is super important on sports. So I think the difference between Korean coach and NA coach is Korean coach has more power, they have more charisma or something.
Okay. So Seraph, now you guys sitting at 7-5 after 6 weeks of play, you guys are looking pretty good. What do you think is the ceiling for the EnVyUS team, and what are you guys looking at going forward? Is it about playoffs, or are you guys going for a top 3 spot? What specifically are you guys trying to get?
Well, if we go over the best scenario, but right now I don't want to expect anything, because even though you're in the winning streak, but you can be being bad anytime if you're just arrogant. So yeah, I think we just keep doing like this as a team, and we just don't give up. And if we keep doing like this, then maybe we can get a higher ball.
Sounds like a good mindset to have. Seraph, thank you so much for the interview. Is there anything that you'd like to say to the EnVyUS fan base?
Thanks for EnVyUS fans. I mean, especially EnVyUS fans, and also my fans. Last spring split, every single the other EnVyUS game, Call of Duty, CS:GO, they always playing well, but only League team played bad. So I think we just pay off right now. We playing pretty good right now. So just keep cheering us.
Well, it's got to feel good to join your other brand mates. For everything else NALCS, feel free to hit that subscribe button below, and everything else League of Legends eSports, you can head to caliber.gg.